what appeared clearly during these 3 days was the need to share experience. Uh, we all started this MOOCs story quite quickly, and of course, online education is not new. There is a lot of experience there, but the things have changed quite rapidly, dramatically, and in some way the MOOC situation is novel compared to online education. And there is a real need to discuss, for instance, the editorial process. How do you select professor or recruit or encourage professor to make a MOOC? How do you help them in designing the MOOC, the pedagogical scenario? How do you help them in reviewing the content? Do you have for instance, sometimes we ask some students to watch the video after, just after 1 or 2 weeks to see if the quality if the style of the video match their learning needs. And so this process of building the editorial content, and then of course the process of video production, there is a lot of to share about tips that allow you to make a big difference, like never wear a shirt that has this ridiculous color in front of a camera. So some people have more experience than others. All about convincing teachers. How do you let them to do a MOOC despite the fact that they know how much work it is? At the beginning, they did not know, the first ones. No, they know. It's like running your first marathon is fine, but at your second marathon, you have a lack of ignorance. That is a real problem. You know how tough it will be. The same for the MOOCs. So how do you incentive teacher? How do you reduce maybe the workload as much as you can? Another issue is the flipped classes. That's really the core pedagogical idea, the most interesting point of innovation, of pedagogical innovation in the MOOCs. But it's easy to say, but it's very difficult to do. Different teachers invent different solutions. Some of them flipped only some of the activities or only with some of the students. So there is a need also there to share experience. And another point is, how do you assess higher order thinking skills? Like in university, we don't only learn technical skills or scientific knowledge, but also critical thinking, creativity, being rigorous, working in teams, solving ill-defined problems. These skills that are so important on campus training, how do we put them online in case we want to produce online degrees? That was for the experience track. In the research track, the keyword, of course, is learning analytics as a new Eldorado. We will be able to collect massive data. Most of educational research was data collected at low scale with n equal 20, 50, 100, and now suddenly with 10,000, 50,000. So we can apply stochastic model, machine learning methods, and so on. That's great. Fine. I agree. First, we don't see that many papers on that topic. Its potential is not yet there, and there is sometimes a serious problem of data consistency. What are the data we collect? What do they mean? If did the students really stop the video or close the window without stopping or left? Can we really give meaning to the data? That's a key point that we need to improve in the way we produce data in MOOCs. Otherwise, it might lead to meaningless conclusion if the original meaning of the data collected is not very systematically defined. Privacy, of course, as soon as we talk about data, we have this problem of privacy, and this is the main concern in Europe. This was the main concern for our students. We managed to find a solution that makes them happy. There is a difference of sensitivity between our two continents, Europe and the States, and I think the American platform have to understand this difference of sensitivity, and this was even before the NS history. So now with the NS history, the problem is even bigger. That's an issue that we'll have to face. And maybe if I can finish by a little point of disappointment, I found that in the research track there was a lot of intelligence invested into measuring and understanding, but not enough, in my mind, in inventing, creating, discovering. There is a lot of space to invent new techniques, new learning activities, new algorithms for peer grading, and that was not very visible. So I hope that for the next conference, authors will allow themselves to be a bit more creative. The future of MOOCs is not written. The future of MOOCs is what we will collectively invent.